So Eze has called on Tinubu to forgive Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on what he considered an unfortunate incident that Tinubu Buhari was responsible for the incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but asking Tinubu to forgive Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on what basis? Instead of asking the government of Nigeria to compensate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and unconditionally release him for the interests of justice and public peace. Your take on this development as an Igbo man?
You know, that's where in this country we used to be too funny. How many days, how many years will Nigerian citizen be begging? You will beg for your right. Sometimes you will beg policeman for your right. You will beg a man for your right. Everywhere you go is a beg, a beg, a beg. I ask myself, I don't know when we will have the full rights of a citizen. And when Nigeria will become a country of rights. Now, is asking, is begging for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Although I don't think that we need to beg for anything, and I don't think that anybody have to beg for anything. To start with, Nnamdi Kanu was discharged and acquitted by the justice. I think you are aware. He was discharged and acquitted. Are you condemning the justice, the judge that judged the case? Don't you consider that the judge as a, a person who knows his job? After verification and after all the investigation by the judge noticed that Nnamdi Kanu was not at fault. We all heard it in the news. I'm not a judge, but I heard it. Discharged and acquitted. In a normal circumstances, when a person is judged and the judge has declared the freedom of the person will simply go home. What do we need to beg? And always beg. And sometimes I see it as, will I say, people want to promote themselves. Anybody that wants us now to hear his name, they will say, I beg Mr. President to release Nnamdi Kanu. This man you are mentioning now, what is his name again? I've forgotten it. Actor Eze. Many people, despite the fact that he's a very great multi-millionaire, many people don't know about him. But now that he has mentioned has mentioned the name of Nnamdi Kanu, many people will know him. Many people will know him. Even I know that somebody like that exists. I don't even know his name. If he didn't mention the name of Nnamdi Kanu, and as he has mentioned the name of Nnamdi Kanu, he will become more popular in the East. I think that the people are using this thing for their own promotion. I don't think that I beg is needed. What is needed is right and the justice. And the judge has declared the young man, the charge and acquitted. What everybody is expecting is him to go home. That's all. Look what is happening in Finland. People were arrested there for investigation with Simon Ekpa. Almost everybody is released. And Simon Ekpa maybe will completely be released very soon. You see? So that's what we are talking about, country of right. In a country of right, when they investigate you, take a look into your matter, and they didn't find you guilty, you are free, you move. But it's only in Nigeria that I'm hearing this, that a judge have free a person and the person is still detained. Every day we are hearing people begging release, begging release. And another one, I don't think that Mr. President need a beg to release Nnamdi Kanu. I don't think he need it. I simply think that he need to follow the due process, and the young man will be free. He didn't carry gun. We have never seen him carry gun. We have never seen him, sending people to carry bomb and terrorize states of Nigeria. He simply say, "I'm not a Nigerian. I want to go and answer the name of my father." That's what he said. Sunday Igboho did the same thing. He's free. He's moving. We know many people even say that were accused of this terrorists. You even have repentant Boko Haram. I don't know even the meaning of that. You have a repentant Boko Haram. Sometimes I ask myself, what's the meaning of repentant of Boko Haram? People who killed and killed and killed and killed, who shed the blood of Nigerians, are now repentant. What of those people that they killed? Nobody talk about it. But a man who is not a terrorist was accused of being a terrorist, and the judge noticed that all the accusation was, will I say, false, and they free him and they charge him. Let him go home. So I don't think we need anybody to beg to say this or that. Mr. President is a reasonable person. I think he will has been taking look, you know, into the matter, and that he will release him. But if they refuse to release him, I know that one day there are people that are even stronger, that will, take a look into the matter and ask for the releasing of Nnamdi Kanu. That's what I think.
Finally, there is a calling for Tinubu to forgive him, send some sense of condemnation on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he is guilty of the rendition, and send some bad signal about the Igbo's rights and position in Nigeria today.
Uh, you know, uh, the judge, the court, they did not find Nnamdi Kanu guilty. That's the information that we all have. I think Ato is a Nigerian. I think that he is he reads the news, and he can also remember the day or the date that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was released by the judge, asking for forgiveness. I don't know if he himself find Nnamdi Kanu guilty of anything. When the judge did not find him guilty, is it Ato that is now judging? He say he lost how many people? 7 people during the war. That's one thing with our Nigeria. We are so self-centered. He's talking about 7 people that he lost. I don't know if he know how many people have died in the East. I don't know if you know how many young people that Nigerians have killed in the East. In the name of those people say, we don't want to belong to Nigeria again. And for me, even our vice president said something sometimes ago. Freedom is a right. Every human being.
That cannot be denied.
That cannot be denied. Freedom is a right that cannot be denied at all. Every human being, even birds. If you cage a bird, the bird will be struggling, to get out of the cage. How much more when a human being feel caged? Igbos say they are feeling caged. They are caged by Nigeria, and they want to go on their own. I think It's not matter of power. It's not matter of force. It's not matter of arresting or detaining whomever. If you want to do something, Nigerian government should call for a round table for the discussion. Depending on me, they would have called Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, and all the freedom fighters to a neutral country. Invite them to a neutral country where there is security, so that all of them can sit on a round table and discuss the matter. You know, even the unity of Nigeria. Recently, Yorubans were saying they are tired of Nigeria. They want to go. Some people who still insist he want to go. And he is still free, moving around. I don't know why the case of Igbos should always be different. That's why Igbos are saying, that's why they're talking about Igbophobia. Igbos are saying they are marginalized and their hatred is, everybody hates them. They do say it. But looking at what is going on, you will say, yes, those people are right. Because Igbo said he want to go, he want to free. He is claiming Yoruba, will I say, Oduduwa Republic. And he is free moving around. Why should the case of Nnamdi Kanu be different? That's the question. Why should it be different? How many people have died in the Igbo land? Remember the time of Buhari? I was asking myself, is the world of Igbos different from another world or from the rest of the world? Why am I saying so? I think that they would have charged the ex-president. I think that they would have called him for, will I say, I've forgotten.
So today, I want to bring to the notice of the world that in Biafran land, in the southeast, the whole of the southeast, that there has been a genocidal attack that has been carried on by the Musa boys, by the Chief of Army Staff's boys, by the military of Nigeria in Anambra State. A lot of people have been died over the weekend. Since this year started, a lot of people have been died in Anambra State, and people are not saying anything about it. And in Olu State, which is Imo State, a lot of violence is going on there. A lot of onslaughts is going on there. Now, we have asked General Christopher Musa, in peace and in unity, let them remove their terrorist army and soldiers in our soil. They refuse. I want the Amnesty International to know that General Christopher Musa's boys and Christopher knows what is going on in the southeast. They have used their military to intimidate and suppress our people and make them to flee their homes. You can confirm these things that I'm saying. And I want to state this categorically clear that Christopher Musa knows exactly what the terrorists are doing in the southeast, because the onslaught going on in the southeast is being caused by the Nigerian military. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. Since the beginning of this year, it has been one call to another. Our people have been died every single day. Every single day, because they invited Mazi Simon for questioning. And that is the opportunity that they had, these evil-minded people. This terrorist army had to infiltrate our villages, our homes, and our lands. Our mothers and fathers can no longer go to the farm. Some days ago, they carried out an attack in Osmo, leaving countless people unalive. This is happening because our prime minister is not around. Nigerian government should stop the genocidal attack that they are carrying out in the southeast, because this is getting out of hand. Bianco Juku, the foreign minister, this is where we need you to speak up. The foreign minister of the Nigerian state, please speak up. Our people are really buying. They are really buying our life, our people. There are so many evidences against this government that we have that we cannot put on my social media handle. I am telling the world this because Nigeria is destroying our country. Nigeria is destroying our state. The military are there, unprovoked, buying innocent civilians that are not armed. The armed people, they're not looking for them. They are just there buying our people, destroying the lives and properties of our people, of the Indigo. And nobody is talking about it. No governor is speaking about it. Everybody kept mute because the Fulani are paying them to become the governors of their state. And they are trying their best to make sure they come back to power, to come back to power in the next election. And this is the reason why they are doing all this evil. People are losing their lives. We need the Amnesty International to know that General Christopher Musa boys are destroying our farmlands and our homes, our villages, buying our people left and right. Everywhere you go in the southeast today, this has never happened before in the history of Nigeria. This has never happened before in the history of that country called Nigeria. This byness is becoming too much. The president is a Muslim. The vice president is a Muslim. And they are going after the Christians in the southeast. And nobody is speaking about it. Nobody is talking about it. The other day, the governor of Enugu State came out and placed a bounty on his own brothers. On his own brothers. A bounty of 10 million. That anyone that can give credible information on where the Biafran repression armies are, that they will award that individual 10 million naira. And now we need you to place that same bounty on the people who are buying our people in the whole of the southeast. The governors of the southeast are not speaking up because of their selfish interest of elections to be re-elected in office. And we want to use this opportunity to tell General Christopher Musa that Biafran land is now a sovereignty. All your terrorist army that are heading these crimes, remove them from our land. How come do you militarize the whole of the southeast? How come are there so many checkpoints and still yet there is this onslaught going on in the southeast? There is this violence going on in the southeast. And we want the world to know that our chief of staff, Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, has forwarded most of this documentation to the appropriate authority on what is going on in the southeast, most especially Imo State, Osumuhu, Mbitolu, and some villages. And there are some villages in Imo State that people have deserted from those villages. And the Amnesty International can do their findings and find out that these things that we are saying is true. Bianco Juku, we need you to speak up. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife, please, now this is where we need you to write to the UN, to write to the EU, to write to Amnesty International, and telling them exactly what is happening in the southeast as we speak today, because a lot of people are losing their lives. These gunmen entered a village and opened fire on innocent citizens that were not armed. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be on this platform and start showing you videos because they will take my account down. But we are using this medium. I'm using this, my platform, to make sure that the world hears my voice. This is the first time I will ask anybody to share my video to get to the appropriate authority. Tinubu is buying our people. Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, is destroying the southeast with his people. This man is a Muslim. His vice is a Muslim. They want to make sure that they Islamize the southeast by force and allow terrorists to overrun our villages and our homes. If not, why have they not released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up to today? Upon all the dignitaries' plead on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, upon all the sensitive offices in Nigeria and international plead on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, they still held in bound for doing nothing. Please, we are begging the world. Evidences we can provide. Now, Bianco Ojukwu, the foreign minister, we are calling on you. Our people is going. Our people is going. Our villages are overrun. Please, today we are still looking for one of my cousins, whose name is Ikechukwu. I don't want to call his last name for security reasons. We are still looking for him. We are still looking for him. Going to 2 months that this boy left the house, he has not returned. And we are suspecting that he's no more living. He has been unalived by the Nigerian state because the first attack he had was on a checkpoint where he was almost kidnapped. The second attempt has worked for them. We are still looking for this young man. He's very fair in complexion. In fact, he's an albino. Up to today, we have not seen him. We don't know if he's alive or he's gone, but we know he's no more living because if he was, his phone numbers would have been going through. We want the world to know what we are facing today. I am not here just ranting, but I am here to pass a message that our people is being slaughtered every single day. Please, for the first time, the world needs to hear this, that the Nigerian government agency, both the police, the soldiers, are the one responsible for the onslaught going on in the southeast Biafran land as we speak today. Tomorrow they must start looking for me, put bounty on me. I don't care, but I will always come here to speak the truth. Imo State is no-go area today. A governor that was forced in position, the Supreme Court brought him back because they know he will be the one to carry out attacks on his citizens. And they gave him the governorship of Imo State. And since then, the people of Imo State has not rested. If this is a lie, please respond so that whatever your responses are, they will see it on my platform. So General Christopher Musa reported Simon Ekpa, kept reporting Mazi Simon Ekpa. The reason why Musa was doing this was so that he can, Finland can take Mazi Simon Ekpa down so that his armies and his terrorist soldiers would be able to infiltrate our land. And that is what they are doing as we speak. We know their plans. We know their plans. Like I said, our able COS, Madam Dr. Ngozi Arabueze, has forwarded every necessary document that need to be forwarded to the appropriate authority to be looked into. Please, we need urgent intervention by the United States, United Kingdom, and other meanwhile international bodies that are against human rights violation in the world. And this has prompted me to say that the soldiers in our land should leave because Nigeria is no more, the Biafran land is no more part of Nigeria. The Southeast is now a nation of its own, which is the United States of Biafra. And for this is a sovereign. So for this, we have decided to call that country a nation and is a sovereignty. Musa should please, in his wisdom, remove all their terrorist soldiers and army in our land. Our people are really being bite. Really, we have videos of children, adults. In fact, the one that triggered me the most was a child that was selling with his mother. These people cared not about who she was, and they opened on this young girl and they unalived her. Nigerian government is the most wicked thing I've ever encountered in my life. These are animals killing our people. And now they took down our leaders. Now, if you don't want us, allow us to go in peace. Stop destroying our families. Stop destroying our lives. Stop it. Your people should stop buying our people. Our people are going. our people are being destroyed. Nobody's speaking. Nigeria is a Muslim state, a Muslim country, and they want to force their Muslimness on us. Tinubu is a thief, is a criminal. His vice president is a terrorist. He founded Boko Haram. These things are on record. You can go and verify them. Our people are really going. They are buying our people. These people are really heartless. They are heartless. Their videos I cannot show here. Their videos I cannot show here at all. Our people are really going. These are animals. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called Nigerian government a zoo. But I think he was very lenient with his word. I think he was very, very passionate with that word. I think he was very kind with that word of Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. Nigeria is an evil forest. Nigeria is an evil forest where animals, where devil rule.